Hi everybody, I'm Dee.
And I'm Jay, and we are ParoDeeJay, and we are here with another exciting episode of ParoDeeJay's Port Guides, episode 4.
I'm not shooting.
No, don't do that. Today we've done some eastern ports, we've done some western ports, and we're going to the Bahamas today. Ooh. We're talking about what is technically our most visited, that's how words work, most visited port of all time, which is Nassau.
True story.
Bahamas.
Yeah,
we've been there probably over a dozen times.
A lot.
I would say. And we've done lots of things in Nassau.
And stuff.
That's right. So many things and stuff. I've actually heard, I think there's a possibly program in the future where they are working to revitalize the port area in Nassau. I don't know too much about that.
I think they're supposed to do like an indoor shopping mall and things like that. I haven't heard too much, but I guess they're really working on really building up that port area.
Okay, well, we'll have to watch it as it develops.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and start with our first section, which is called Navigating the Port. As it stands right now, the pier at Nassau can be a little long. Nassau, I know, can hold like 5 or 6 ships up in that bad boy, and depending on what slot you're in, you may have a longer walk to get to the
Typically,
town.
the bigger the ship you are, the further out you are.
That seems
That's what
to
we've
be
come to learn,
how that goes. Yeah, but I mean, it's not too bad.
No.
And when you get to the end of the pier, there is the big yellow building, which is called Festival Place. They used to have some little shops and things in there, but I don't know that they do that so much anymore. They pretty much herd you right out
There's
into.
Still some.
Okay,
yeah.
But they pretty much herd you right outside, and there are a ton of vendors right out there in the yard. You're still inside the security gate at that point.
Well, even before you get into the festival place, there's vendors right there.
Oh, that's true. Trying to sell you tours and all that good stuff.
Lots of them.
But out there in the yard, I know they have lots of hair braiding stations.
Yep.
You don't need the hair braiding stations. You've got your braid work going on right now. They've got little souvenir stands and things like that. And there's even a little area, I believe, where you can get a passport stamp.
Oh, cool.
If you're in the mood for collecting them their passport stamps.
Yeah.
And then there's the security gate. So there's not really a ton to it.
They have live music, and there's definitely like some food and beverages options, things like that. So.
Yeah, but not very complicated, not very large.
No.
So you pretty much are just spouted right out into the city. So that's really the end of navigating the port.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, pretty easy. The next section that we like to touch on is called ship excursions, and I've just randomly selected 6 ship excursions that caught my eye. Some of them we have done before. These are all through Carnival, being our most sailed line thus far. So let's get into it.
Okay.
The first one I wanted to touch on is the Balmoral Island Beach Break. Now, we have been to Balmoral Island a couple of times.
Twice.
Yeah. The first time we did the Stingray encounter at Balmoral through the ship.
We did.
Was that fun?
It was. No, it was great. Really enjoyed it. There is a boat ride over to Balmoral Island from the port area.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like a private island, which is right next to Sandals Resort.
Oh, yeah, it's connected.
Yeah, it's connected, but only the portion, on the one side is Carnival's. You can do dolphin excursions and stingrays. You can just go to the beach. I don't think they have it all inclusive. I don't know.
I don't think they do there.
No, but it's beautiful.
You can buy hot dogs
for $12.
That was a running gag in the vlogs. If you missed that, check out our Balmoral vlogs.
Yeah, the food and drink are definitely a little on the pricey side. So just if you're going for a nice beach day, maybe bring your own bottle of water and some snacks.
They
don't
say
tell
you're
them.
not supposed to do
Whatever.
that.
Do it anyway. And we did the Stingray encounter. We did purchase the pictures. You had to buy them all.
Yeah.
So it was a little pricey. I don't know if I would do that again.
It was fun, but that's a one and done, I think.
But no, the beach, we would go there again for sure. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
One of the ones I didn't highlight it in here, but that we have not been able to check out yet is Blue Lagoon. I know that's offered as an option through Carnival, and they do have some dolphin encounters and things over there too. So maybe on a future cruise, we might check out Blue Lagoon because we've heard good things.
I have.
The second choice for Nassau is the SeaWorld Explorer. And this, again, it's one of those, they call it a semi-submarine type of thing, but it's really just a fancy boat that has a bottom section with a whole bunch of windows in it. So you can look out, see marine life. Sometimes I think they feed them and, make them swarm by your windows.
I still want to try that sometime.
It's fun, yeah. Snorkeling, but staying dry.
We've said that.
Kinda.
A few videos.
The next one is the Ardastra Gardens and City Tour. And again, this is another excursion that we have done twice.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah. The Ardastra Gardens is known for their flamingos. They have this world famous, I guess, flamingo show.
Yeah.
And of course, we like the silly little rebellious flamingo.
It's a Chilean flamingo, and it's lighter pink than the other ones, and it doesn't want to do anything that the other ones do. It just kind of does his own thing, or her own thing.
It's funny.
It's very funny, because it's done it twice now.
Yeah, but flamingos and all sorts of other animals. I know they have where you can feed the birds. I guess they're lorikeets, I think.
Yep.
But just overall a fun day. They usually give you a city tour attached to that where you ride around in a van bus thing and they tell you about the city.
Yeah.
And you go to the gardens and you see some animals.
I think what I like about Ardastra is some of the rare animals there are like what we have commonly
It's
in,
like a
in
pig,
the States here.
and
Like a pig, a raccoon. It's just funny to see that. But I guess the raccoons aren't normally something they have there. They come over when they bring Christmas trees over. So just a fun fact. I don't know. I thought that was funny.
Wild animals.
Yeah, wild animals.
The next one is Nassau Native Quest and Beach. And this is, we've never done this excursion. I know I was looking into it in the past. It used to be that they did this at Fort Charlotte, and it was kind of a scavenger hunt where you would run around. I think they compared it to Amazing Race and stuff like that, and find clues and stuff like that. But I think now they've actually taken it to a beach. They no longer do it in Fort Charlotte, just from looking at Carnival's site. So it seemed like a fun family activity, something to do scavenger hunty, and yeah, something to look into. Maybe we'll do it one time.
Maybe. We'll see. I'm sure we'll go there a lot more.
Yeah. Next up, I have one called Discover Atlantis, and this was the most affordable one I could find on the Carnival website that actually takes you to Atlantis, because, of course, when you think Nassau, a lot of people think Atlantis. We have gone over and toured Atlantis and done the free bits and pieces of Atlantis. Well, we did a dolphin.
We did a dolphin excursion, yeah.
But Atlantis, you can get yourself over there, and there are certain parts of it that you can go for free, like the main lobbies, and there's some aquarium-looking stuff in there, the casino, the shops, and all of that.
Yeah.
But coming up here in exploring on your own, there's another secret tip about Atlantis where you can get access to their facilities. But we'll cover that in the next section.
Stay tuned.
That's right. And the last one I had pulled up was the Nassau Parasail Adventure. So just something fun.
Parasail?
No, probably not. Probably not. You know what? One day, who knows?
Might. I don't know.
But like I said, a lot of these ports you can find things like horseback riding in the ocean and parasailing and jet skis and all that stuff. So just some
anything with water, you'll find similar activities.
That's true.
Yeah.
So the next section is entitled Exploring on Your Own. Just some ideas of things that you can do and see either literally on your own or through some outside tour companies.
Yeah.
I know just walking around the town of Nassau is kind of fun. There's a lot of shopping
to see and do. Yeah.
Yeah, and most of your stuff is going to be literally, there's one street called Bay Street, and that's where you're going to find most of your shops, all that good stuff. They've also got the straw market, which of course, if you love haggling for things, you can go into the straw market and negotiate yourself an amazing deal on some handcrafted goodies.
The woodworking is amazing, and you can watch them making it like right there, and it's worth it. I think it's very pretty.
True, and I mean, there's a Hard Rock Cafe, there's a Tortuga Rum place, Diamonds International. I think there's a Harley store. There's all kinds of stuff right there, pretty much off Bay Street in Nassau. Sort of over in that area, I guess if you were to continue, like you come out of the gates and you turn right and you keep going a little bit, you will find the Pirate Museum, which I've seen a few vlogs of people who have gone into the Pirate Museum. We've gone into the gift shop.
Yeah.
But that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They do charge an admission. It's not terrible, but again,
I think the inside looks like a pirate ship, and they play music and have costumes and stuff. So it's something really fun to do, especially if you have little, younger children.
True.
Things like that, or if you're a child at heart. Yeah.
That's right. But it teaches you about like the actual pirate age in the Bahamas.
Pretty cool.
Educational.
Yeah.
Another one of the things over in that direction that we used to do a lot is the British Colonial Hilton. They do offer day passes, but the prices on the day passes have gone up over the years, and we kind of have stopped going there.
Yeah.
It's a really nice facility, and they have a nice little roped off beach. It's sort of over in that construction zone now.
Yeah, it's next to Margaritaville?
I think it's a Senor Frogs.
Senor Frogs,
technically.
Yeah.
But yeah, the day passes used to be something like $30, and you got used to the beach and all that stuff. I think at last time I looked on their website, it was just over $100. It does,
really?
Yeah, it does include $60 per person of like food and beverage credit on their slightly elevated prices menu that you order from.
You get a burger and a drink. No, I don't know.
But we kind of quit going because the value seemed to have gone down over the years. But it was great, and I mean, it's worth checking out, I would say.
And you can use the pool and the fitness center, there's a lot of things that are included in it too. I think towels and all of that too. Yeah.
And of course, just over there past the Hilton is Junkanoo Beach, which is the closest free beach that is within walking distance of the ship. I think it's about a quarter mile, bordering on a half a mile to get yourself over there.
It
just
never
over a quarter
seems
mile.
that far.
Right.
Like, it looks far, but it doesn't seem that
Yeah,
far.
now we have never made it over to Junkanoo Beach, but we know people who have, and it's nice. They've kind of built it up a little bit within recent history. But again, that's over there where they've got that construction going on right now.
They're building a mega hotel of some sort. Yeah.
But for a free beach day, walkable from the ship, that's not a bad choice.
Not
just
at
to
all.
walk over to Junkanoo, plop down, find some drink specials, you know.
I think they had some pretty affordable chairs and umbrellas
Right.
and drink specials, and we've heard a lot of good things about it.
Junkanoo in the
Yeah.
Trunkanoo.
No.
Some of the other big names around Nassau, I know they have the Grey Cliff Complex, which they make chocolate. I believe they make chocolate and they make cigars, sort of in the same area. You can do some tours of places like that. They've also got the Watling Distillery, where they make, you know, they distill stuff over there, and you could do tours and
Like rum and
samplings,
stuff?
that kind of stuff. Now, if you leave the port area and you kind of veer over to the left-hand side of town, you come to the area that is the Queen's Staircase. And we have gone over there once and climbed up the old Queen's Staircase. At the top of that is Fort Fincastle, which is kind of cool to poke around and see the cannons and the old, you know, the little fort. They do tours in there as well. But that's within easy walking distance.
I would go with a group.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, safety in numbers is all.
Oh, yeah. You know, keep your eye on your surroundings. It's not that bad, but, you know, be aware of your surroundings.
You just have to be aware.
And of course, getting back to Atlantis, you can catch a taxi over to Atlantis. It's a little further than you would want to walk, I think. So taxi or water
You have to
taxi.
go over a bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. Taxi or water taxi over to Atlantis over on Paradise Island. And they have all sorts of facilities. There's the big old water park. They've got the beaches, you know, casino, shops, pretty much everything you could want. A whole aquarium set up.
Lots of restaurants.
So much stuff.
Yeah.
And there's also a little shopping complex right there at the marina just outside Atlantis. We spent a little bit of time
we
there.
were waiting on their next bus, and it's really cute. And they have a Starbucks and lots of other little shops and things like that. I like Starbucks.
Get you a Starbucks in Paradise. But the one thing that we have learned, we have not tried it yet, we might do it on a future adventure, is that there is a property next to or close to the Atlantis, which is called the Comfort Suites Paradise Island. And if you book a room at that hotel, you get complete access, according to their website, of all of Atlantis's amenities. We priced it out just for like a random day in February when we are going to be in Atlantis, and it was about $300
for 4 people.
I just priced out a room for 4 people.
Yeah.
And with that room, so basically $75 a person, you get access, presumably, to the water park and all of the stuff that's probably going to cost you $100 or more, $200 or something through the ship.
And you have a room to change in and a shower and things like that. Or you can just hang out at the hotel. They have a really nice pool.
True.
I think we'll definitely try it out.
Yeah,
just to
I
see.
am curious, but Comfort Suites Paradise Island looks like a nice little inn, so I'm curious to see if anybody has ever done that in the past. Leave us some comments about, have you tried the Comfort Suites to get yourself into Atlantis? How did it work? How'd you like it? Let us know.
Their website said everything, but I'm curious if it actually is.
And of course, if you like to have someone else do all of the planning for you, you can do a private tour.
Yeah.
I know there are tons of them that you can pick up just right there, even inside the security area at the port. They will solicit you for tours. When you walk out into the city, they will solicit you for tours. We did a random tour that actually Carl set up for us with a company called Cheryl's. Cheryl's Bahamas Taxi and Tours is the official name. And they took us all over the place and showed us, we pretty much said, he said, where do you want to go?
Yeah, they catered it towards us. Yeah. Like, so we kind of got to pick and choose what we wanted to do. And it was really nice.
But they have great reviews, great experience with them. Another one that we had seen that came really highly reviewed is Tyrone Wilson VIP Taxi and Tours. And lots of great options. They'll take you all over the place and do whatever you want to do with a day in Nassau.
Yeah. So one thing I would really like to try if we're ever in Nassau for a long period of time is to go over to Exuma.
Oh, yeah.
And swim with the pigs.
Pigs.
Yeah, so that's something you can do because I think Nassau is, it's like maybe 2 hours still, so you definitely need a lot of time, but that would be amazing.
Yeah, I think Nassau is the closest actual port that you can get to Exuma.
On a cruise ship,
On a ship, that's true.
That would be cool.
Wow.
Bucket list.
Pig swimming.
Oh, it's just beautiful.
Yeah, true. So the last section that we always like to cover is called Free and Frugal Fun, and that is we rate on a scale of 1 to 10 how successfully can you have a free or extremely frugal day without, getting too far from the port area and all of that kind of stuff. So for Nassau, obviously, you can walk to Junkanoo Beach. I mean, it's going to be at least a quarter mile to get over there. You can walk and see some history with the Queen's Staircase and the Fort Fincastle, at least. Fort Charlotte is a little further than I would like to walk. And, you know, you can walk around and shop and do all sorts of stuff. So there are things that you can do. Now, at the port, no. I mean, you're going to look around at some souvenir stands, and that's probably about it.
You'll have to exit the gate.
You have to leave the gate and go find your own fun. So just whenever you have to leave the port and go seeking out fun, I'm probably going to give Nassau about a 3. Because there is a little bit of effort involved to get yourself over to some free stuff. I feel bad about a 3. I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to go 3.5. Change my answer. So you're at a 4.
I'm at a 4 just because I like the history with Nassau and the fact that you can walk to some things and stuff. You can get to a beach.
And stuff and things.
Yes, you do have to go a little ways, but there are things to do, and it's a lot of fun just to go explore. So I think it's a 4.
So our official total rating is going to be a 3.75 then for Nassau. Now we do enjoy Nassau. That's not a rating of how much we like it, but that is a rating of how free and frugal you can be without putting in that much effort.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So not bad. But anyway, that is the end of our port guide for Nassau. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Become a Paromaniac today for more amazing content like this. Socialize all our media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yep. And until next time,
rock on.